Hey, beautiful people. It is December 21st, 2012 at 12:51 p.m. We made it. Uh, I've had some pretty wild experiences these past days, and it just keeps getting better all the time. It always does. The more you increase your frequency, the more you expand your light body, the more magical everything gets. I'm going to do this vid outside today, although it's pretty windy, but it is a most incredibly beautiful day, and there has been some really magical things happen today. As my light body has transitioned and I've stepped up into frequency, and I think back to the experiences of when I first activated my heart chakra, which was in November of 2009, and those feelings that I've had that I hear so many other persons speaking about today as they begin their process. And I'm so grateful for everyone who has chosen Ascension and who is going through this process. It's just the beginning of the magic, people. You will see magic in everything you do if you just open your eyes from that point on. And that's what it's all about. That's what Fifth Dimension is all about. Well, anyway, I guess it was December 18th, I decided to step back and stay within my own frequencies for the purity of receiving the energies that were incoming. And everything that I thought and I felt has come to pass. Last night on December 20th, right at sunset here in Florida, we had a major storm come through, and it was the first rainstorm, and I mean heavy rainstorm, that I've witnessed since I have been here since the fall equinox in September 2012 after the Star Knowledge gathering then. And it did rain a few days after that event, but it was just afternoon rain showers. It was nothing like what happened last night. Last night it really came down, and I could feel it was like it was sucking up negativity and lower vibrational energies that was in this area the last and I could feel a dramatic change after then. This morning I woke before dawn for the 6:11 GMT. Well, it's 6:11 here in eastern United States, but it was 11:11 GMT when we did the first focus meditations this morning. And of course, I've had the vision to focus that all humanity, all of the collective will ascend. And Patricia Robles had just done her newest video that had come out this morning, and I was able to hear that before I even went out. And Magenta Pixie also did hers, and both of these were on focus meditations and on expanding your consciousness to the highest it can be, raising your frequency to the highest it can be. My personal meditation this morning was connecting with all that is. And when I say that, if you know your toward field that emanates from your heart chakra as you activate it, and the toward field goes down from your heart chakra down into Mother Earth and then back around and recycles like a large donut. Well, my vision was to expand that all throughout this world, all throughout this solar system, all throughout this galaxy, all throughout this universe, and all throughout the Mandelbrots of all universes, in a constant recycling of those energies. As it comes out from me and I send it out to pick it up, it grabs all that is and then concentrates it back into the center, back into me. And that was my personal envisioning this morning, to connect consciously with all that is. All of all that is. Not just this universe. Well, before sunrise this morning, there were just meteors, shooting stars, going absolutely ballistic. And there were many satellites I saw. More satellites than I think I've ever seen in any one day here in Florida, because we're so close to sea level here, and the atmospheric conditions don't leave you being able to see as many as you would normally see in the higher elevations or out in the desert. This morning, it was just amazing. I must have seen 8 or 9 of them in the 30 or 40 minutes before dusk even began, before it started getting light. I was also seeing visions of energies like kachinas, like apparitions. Here's the wind. And that was just absolutely constant. It was like I was seeing, of course, the 3D world that we all see. And then for years, ever since I began my Heart Chakra activation, I would see the 3D world kind of fade in and out. And this morning, I was seeing many more things from alternate realities coming through into my vision for me to experience and witness. And it's those things where you see it go by. It's like seeing an energy go by in your house that your cat or dog sees, and you see the shadow of it, but then you try to look at it and it's gone. And it was very much the same thing. This morning's sunrise for me was spectacular. I experienced a prismatic rainbow effect of the sun, and then a green around the sun, and then a gold, and then a red from the outside of that. I have experienced this rainbow like that only a couple of times before. One was my first day living on Titus Farm in Hopi Land, when I woke up and I got outside my tent and I was looking over at Second Mesa and watching the sun rise above Second Mesa last August 31st, 2011. And I was watching it come up and over Second Mesa with this giant green, gold, and red rainbow around the sun. I had the same experience on the 12-12-12 at the Star Knowledge Gathering in Phoenix. And as we were doing the sunrise meditations then, I saw the same thing. This morning, again, I saw the same thing. There were things this morning that were just really unique. There was a flock of butterflies. You ever seen a flock of butterflies? I'm sure if you've watched the monarchs migrate, you've seen a flock of butterflies. But this flock of butterflies flew over my head at sunrise this morning. That was rather unique. I've not seen the monarchs travel or any other butterflies like that. And it reminds me of this past month seeing that flock of blue heron go over my head. And there was about 100 blue heron. And I'd never seen heron fly together, much less flock like that. And that was over my head about 100 yards this past month. Pretty neat experience. Something else that was really wild this morning, and as you look behind me, you see perfectly clear skies in a blue that's just immaculate. It's hard to describe the color of this blue. It's very neon-like. But this morning, the jets were flying over, and I could hear them fly over. And these were chemtrail jets. And they would be flying, and then you'd see a puff of the chemtrails, and then all of a sudden, it was like the machines were having difficulty, and they'd have no chemtrails for a space, and then it would happen again, and they'd have chemtrails for a few miles, and then the plane, it was like it was losing its aerosol, or its machines were messed up. But it was not just one jet doing this, it was many jets doing this, and it was leaving these little long streaks that were just a few miles long, and then those were getting eaten by the sylphs very rapidly after that. These were not contrails, they were definitely chemtrails, but they they were not functioning properly, we'll just say that. Something else that happened last night, the rumblings that I've mentioned before, that sounds like thunderstorms, and it sounds like thunder coming from the ocean. It's always from the west where I hear it, and then to the south and north also, but it's to the south and north and west, more due west. And just before the storm last night, although there was a heavy storm, that same rumbling was coming from the ground again. That's interesting because this morning I go to look at the earthquake 3D, which I've actually got open now here, and all of our earthquakes have toned down. All the massive amounts of earthquakes that we have been watching, that was at 11:11 I said that, all the massive amounts of earthquakes that we've been watching this past year as we're building up to the shift that we're experiencing now, we were having 6 magnitude and 7 magnitude earthquakes all the time, sometimes 3 and 4 6s per day. Today, and for the last week, as you look at earthquake 3D, it's almost like they're disappearing. Now we're supposed to be entering another solar cycle that could be causing a few to erupt, but I find it interesting that for the past year, since early 2011, this is the least amount of activity that I've witnessed, and that's pretty cool. Anyway, back to the energies. There are some people that say that they don't feel anything, and and they're complaining about it. Your thoughts create your reality. If you were waiting to experience the energies because somebody's going to do it to you, that's not happening. You have got to want to ascend. You've got to want to feel the joy and the bliss to experience these energies. This is a quantum universe. Your thoughts create your reality. God is not doing this to you. You are your own creator God, and together as a collective, we shift the reality of the whole of this collective. That's how this works. If you're waiting for this to happen to you because you just simply deserve it, it's not going to happen that way. Jesus is not coming to save you. Jesus, if you listen, might tell you you need to change your thoughts, your reality, and your perceptions to experience this. But nobody's going to do it to you. This is a free will universe. And you are the creator of your experience, just like I am. I've been experiencing this bliss ever since I activated my heart chakras in 2009. I had had glimpses of it since 2005 and even before, but I did not fully anchor until November, December 2009 did I activate and anchor my heart chakra, and that bliss has just expanded since. Well, today I feel something change in all my chakras and in the light within my field. Yes, it is advanced, and it has changed the tone within the vibration of it, as well as the intensity. What you're experiencing right now with the incoming light and your bliss is only going to grow, but your physical body can only handle so much of that light at one time. The more you assimilate that light, the more you release your negativities and your karma and all the previous thinking of 3D Earth, the more you can expand that light and the greater bliss you'll feel. The greater bliss you feel and the greater light quotient you have, the more magic you have within your field. The more easily things manifest within your life. And the more your energy can change the focus intent of the whole collective. Well, that's what it's all about. That's what chakra activations are all about. And that's what this ascension process is all about. And we're shifting everything, this whole universe. Well, anyway, down to the end of this vid. I Love you all, brothers and sisters. Sorry I did not say that in yesterday's vid. Bye for now.